Tyreek Hill's contract with the Dolphins. Does it get better? Does it get worse? Does it stay the same? This one has been interesting because, remember, when he signed with the Dolphins after being traded by the Chiefs, it was sold to us as a $30 million per year new money APY for Tyreek Hill. The truth was it was 25 because the final year of 2026 was loaded up with fake money, $45 million. That drove the average up from 25 to 30. So, Tua Tagovailoa, the quarterback of the Dolphins, gets his contract at $53.1 million per year, new money APY. Here's Tyreek, under $20 million in total compensation for 2024. Something's wrong with this picture. He deserves to get paid. And he was in a little bit of a quandary because if he pushed too hard, and he told his agent, Drew Rosenhaus, don't get me traded. Well, you're the one who controls that, Tyreek, because the harder you push for more, the more likely the team is to say, this guy's more trouble than he's worth. Like the Chiefs did. The Chiefs decided that one of the best players in football is more trouble than he's worth. They got rid of him, and they've won every Super Bowl that's been played since they got rid of him. So Tyreek was trying to avoid that because I think that most people realize if you get traded twice, it might be you. What's that old saying? Like, if you ran into an asshole today, you ran into an asshole. If you run into assholes all day long, you're the asshole. So, anyway, Tyreek Hill trying to avoid being labeled an asshole and getting along with the Dolphins and getting this deal redone without a holdout, a hold-in, without any acrimony, without taking a stand, without agitating aggressively behind the scenes. Although, as we've reported, since the end of the last regular season, they've been trying to get the Dolphins to do something about his contract. And as we reported immediately after Tua got his deal, the Dolphins turning their attention to Tyreek, and they ultimately get it done. Now, it's all in how you characterize it. And we have on the screen, you'll see right there, new Tyreek Hill deal, no added years, guaranteed money is $106.5 million over 4 years. That includes last year and the year before. One thing I wanted to see when this deal was announced, what's the cash flow? How much is he going to make, and when do the guarantees kick in? What kind of deal is it? Is it a firm 3-year commitment? Is it a 1-year commitment? Is it a 2-year commitment? You know, the escape hatch we talk about all the time with quarterback contracts. How stuck are the Dolphins? Because as a practical matter, under the prior deal, it was 2 years, and then the Dolphins were not going to keep him at $45 million. So I've gotten the full numbers. And it took a little effort to get the full numbers because I don't think that Hill and company want the full accurate numbers to be focused on the way I'm about to, because it makes the deal look less than what it is. Here's what he gets, and I've got it right here. He gets this year a base number of $26,250,000. Next year, $27,750,000. You add those two up, and it's $54 million over the next 2 years. That's fully guaranteed at signing. So he gets $27 million a year, fully guaranteed at signing for the next 2 years. Now, some have reported this as $55 million over the next 2 years with $54 million of it guaranteed. But that extra million is an incentive package, so it's up to 55. And here's what he's got to do to get to 55. Each of the next 2 years, he has to participate in at least 50% of a playoff game, and they have to win a playoff game, which they haven't done since when? 2000? It's 24 years since they last won a playoff game. He gets $500,000 for 50% playing time in a playoff game and a playoff win. One time only each year, this year and next year. That's how he gets another $1 million. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Remember last time around, the fake, phony Fugazi final year was $45 million. What they've done is they've taken $9 million from the Fugazi year and dumped it into this year and next year. Remember, he was just under 20 million for this year, so he gets a raise this year up to 26,250. And next year, I assume, if my math is correct, and it rarely is, it's another 3 million or so. So he gets 9 million moved from the final phony year to the next 2 years. And it's 54 million guaranteed. The final year is 36 million, none of which is guaranteed for injury or otherwise until 2026. It doesn't even vest next year. 11 million of it vests in 26, not 25. That last year is still kind of fake, kind of phony, kind of fugazi at 36. Are they going to pay a 32-year-old receiver $36 million come 2026? Now, what I think they would do if he's still playing at a high level after the next 2 seasons is extend the deal, knock down that number, give him more money, etc. But bottom line is, and again, you can spin this however you want. The most guaranteed money over 4 years. Well, 2 years he's already earned, and now 2 more years. All it really does at the end of the day, it makes the last deal a little less phony. A little less phony. There's still a phony final year. It's just $9 million lower than it was. And the next 2 years are guaranteed at a reasonable rate, especially when you consider what some other receivers are making. And that was the best he was going to do. And at one point along the lines, we said, hey, I think the most the Dolphins are going to do is move some of this money around. What did they do? They moved some of the money around. They took $9 million from the final year and moved it into this year and next year, and they guaranteed this year's salary and next year's salary, and that's that. That's the Tyreek Hill deal. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.